guys. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and talk to you a little bit about fire cider. I'm about to run out, so I do need to make some. I kind of make mine in really big batches. It depends on how many people you are trying to keep healthy. I often give mine away, so I make mine in good size jars here. But you can make it quart size if you want to. It doesn't really matter. So what I'm going to do is just quickly go over the ingredients. This is a very old remedy and you can really make it your own. I kind of stick with the basics, the things that really boost your immune system are going to go in here. And then I'm going to go ahead and add horseradish as well. Horseradish is not necessarily an immune booster, but it does get really deep into your sinuses and helps clear all that stuff out. So it's good to have that in your fire cider. But otherwise, we're going to go ahead and put in onion. This is not rocket science. This is not brain surgery. Pick the ingredients that you have. If you're missing one, don't worry. Go ahead and make it anyway. But I'm going to go ahead and just kind of put in a yellow onion. I have garlic. I have some that are already peeled and whatnot, just for sake of time. And you don't need to see me peel this stuff, so... I also use jalapeno peppers. You can use something that's a little bit hotter. I don't want to do that. I kind of like the flavor that these give, and I think it's hot enough. So we've got the onions, the horseradish, the garlic, the jalapenos, and then of course ginger. Whenever possible, I did make a batch not that long ago where everything came from my garden, with the exception of the ginger because we don't grow ginger. So it was a really special batch. I enjoyed that one a lot. And we also used our own homemade apple cider vinegar. There's still some left here, but I'm going to save this one. If you don't make your own, then obviously you want to get something that's, try to stick with organic if you can find it. Stop and Shop has good organic, so you can get that. But Bragg's is a good brand. You want to go ahead and get the mother in there as well. Got a lot of good stuff in here. So Bragg's or, any other kind is good. Just make sure it's raw, unfiltered, that it has the mother in there. So, all right, so I don't really measure mine. I try to go in parts. I'll end up doing 1 part onion, 1 part garlic, 1 part jalapeno, and then I'll often do either 1/4 of a part to 1/2 a part of ginger and 1/4 of a part of horseradish. Some people do add things like lemon or orange. They may even add turmeric or rosemary. You do what you want. It's kind of trial and error. You will hear my dog, that's Maddie. She hears the cutting board, so she thinks I'm cutting up something for her. I kind of just roughly chop as well. A scientist I am not, so I do not measure. I even keep some of the ends and the skin, and I'm okay with that. So you do what you can. I literally just coarsely chop. I'm going to do 1 whole onion on this one. My eyes are going to water here. But give it a rough chop. You just want to expose, obviously, the good part of your vegetables here. If you can get a wide mouth jar, all the better. Okay, there's a little skin in there. Like I said, I'm okay with that. That doesn't bother me. If you want to keep some of the skin, that's fine. I wouldn't keep too much of it. It just kind of takes up space. So, go ahead and just kind of roughly chop up my garlic cloves here. This will work for you regardless of your ratios. This remedy is full of immune boosting. That's the reason for taking this. You want to go ahead and throughout the winter, well, year round actually, I try to take this every day year round. But when it comes to winter time, cold and flu season, this is my flu shot. I do take mine every day. Sometimes multiple times a day. Depends. I'm surrounded by people who are sick. Right now there's something really going on. So my garlic is in there. Not quite the same amount as my onions, but I think I put a little bit more onion than I normally would. Yeah, so you want to take it as often as possible. Okay, as far as the jalapenos go, I just kind of cut mine in rings. I keep everything, seeds and all, in my remedy here. I kind of take the stem and take that part off and leave it, but the rest of it I just kind of chop it up in rings. If you want to wear gloves, feel free. It's up to you. I like to touch my food, so yeah, I'm just going to do a couple more. This might be a hot one. If you ever make your fire cider and find that it's too hot, which has come my way fairly recently, I made a batch that was really, really hot. All I did was just add a little bit more apple cider vinegar, and that made it a little bit more tolerable. You can always water it down a little. You can add honey. This is your medicine, so you kind of make it what you want here. Okay, so filling up my jar pretty good here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and actually let me get my horseradish. This is a horseradish that just came out of my garden. Dan was nice enough to go outside and dig some up for me. The ground was frozen. It's obviously February and everything's still frozen even though it's 50 something degrees today. But I did not pick out enough earlier in the fall, so I'm just going to go ahead and take what I have for horseradish here. Right, kind of plop that in. I'm going to save the rest. He picked out quite a few roots for me. So, okay, there's that. Alright, everything just gets plopped in. You really can't get any easier than this, honestly. I don't want to hear people say, I don't have time for that, or it takes too long, or whatever. You know, get your ingredients, put them in a little basket like this, have them handy. It takes whatever long this video is going to take. Not very long at all. And it's worth it. It really is worth it. It tastes good, and it keeps you healthy. When this is done, you can actually drizzle it over cooked chicken or fish. You can put it on a salad and just add a little olive oil, and there you have a nice salad dressing. It's versatile. Okay, so go ahead and kind of thinly chop my ginger. I want to get a lot of ginger flavor in here. I like ginger. It's a huge booster for your immune system, and that's the whole point of staying healthy. It isn't trying to fix your symptoms after you're already sick. It's trying to head it off in the past and yeah, not get sick in the first place. So, all right, I'm going to add just a little bit more, and you can keep the skin on. It doesn't really matter. Like I said, it's up to you. So, all right. That's that. So I kind of have everything in my jar here. What it looks like. You can see in there. This is about, I don't know how big this is. 6 cups, about 8 cups mason jar here. So I'm going to go ahead and top this off now with my apple cider vinegar. Whether you have your own or Bragg's, doesn't really matter. Like I said, as long as you've got raw, unfiltered, you don't want to get that stuff that's on the bottom shelf in the store. It comes in those big jugs. Oh, so good. So good. Even just taking this every day is fabulous. Here we go. I'm just going to go ahead and cover it up. I have 2 bottles here just to make sure that I have enough. You don't have to fill your jar with stuff. To me, you're just taking away from the actual liquid. Everything in there. Everything. Alright, I think I'm going to top it off with this one. Just so that I can get as much as I can. Like I said, I try to make a lot at once. And That way you don't have to do it that often. Let's see if I can do this. Yeah. All right. I'm just gonna top this off. This one's got a lid in it here. So, what's gonna happen with this is once you're done here, it's gonna sit for 6 weeks at least. Right up to the top. Okay, so yeah, about 6 weeks at least. I like to do mine for 8 weeks if I can. If not, then so be it. No big deal. So you gotta go ahead and cover it. I've never had trouble with apple cider vinegar corroding my lid, my metal lid. I don't know, you'll hear that. It's up to you. If you want to put a piece of plastic wrap down and then put your lid on, that's fine. I'm okay. This has never hurt me before. So, okay, so once you've got your lid on, go ahead and give it a good shake, just to get everything in there. Look at how pretty that is. Isn't that awesome? You can really see it very well, but it's really, really pretty. So give that a good shake, and what you're going to do is, I keep the same jar, so I have fire cider written right on my lid. You can put the date on there. I kind of do mine by the full moon, although I'm not right now because I do need some. So keep track of the date that you made it. That way you know you've got 6 to 8 weeks on it. I take it and try to shake it every day for about a week, and then I go ahead and put it in my closet and leave it there, and then I don't touch it so until it's time. Once it's time, then you're going to go ahead and take this out and get a big bowl and a big strainer and either a piece of cheesecloth, something, and dump all that in there. Gather up your cheesecloth and squeeze all the rest of the stuff in there. Try not to leave anything out. I'm a big fan of putting your hands on your medicine, so make sure you squeeze everything out. Put it in a jar, another mason jar. Put a lid on it, put a label on it, and keep it in your closet. I keep a little jar, about 4 to a 6 ounce jar in my bathroom, and that's where it stays. It stays on the counter in a dark jar, and I just take about a half a shot glass, maybe topped with water, depending on how spicy it is for that batch. But then, yeah, and then you just store it and take it every day, especially during cold and flu season. Stress that enough. This works. We're doing well. None of us have gotten sick in this house yet, and we're surrounded by it. So if you have any questions, go ahead and type it in on the bottom. I will also put in the recipe, I guess. There's not really a recipe. Like I said, this is very, very old. Rosemary Gladstar actually kind of brought this about many, many years ago, and I know it wasn't actually hers either, but I don't know where she got it from. But it's just worked for so long, and people rely on this to stay healthy. So, like I said, if you have questions, go ahead and post them, and I'll try and answer you back. Like I said, I'll put the recipe below. I guess it shows up below. And, yeah, I guess that's it. So, thanks for watching, and make your fire cider. Have a good day.